We've done it like what 30, almost 35 episodes of this, and every time I like almost forget how we intro these fucking things.
Has it really almost been 35 episodes of the podcast?
I think so.
It's pretty impressive, to be honest.
It is, especially since no one's really watching.
There's a couple people I'm sure that are like, yeah,
Dylan.
Yeah. There's at least one person. There might be another person who out there is just waiting for us to upload. Like, come on.
I mean, hopefully.
I need more. He's like on like crack. I need more.
I mean, our fans would be on crack. So,
so he's legit on crack.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Real Duo podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Wade.
I'm another host, Devin.
What have you been watching this week, Devin? The last couple weeks.
Well, this past week I binged through Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh shit!
I watched it all already. 3 seasons already.
Oh man, really? Fuck.
Yeah, dude, I flew through that. I'm
gonna have to check it out. It's on Netflix.
And I gotta say, it lives up. It's pretty damn good.
Fuck.
Pretty damn, especially like it gets. I think it gets better as the seasons go on. To be honest,
I might just buy it on Blu-ray and then watch it then.
I think it's worth it. Like it's a good show.
Because I remember watching it when it came out. I never finished it,
which is disappointing. Don't know how you didn't finish it
now. Because I remember they kept like advertising the last episode, and I was like, oh shit, shit's about to get real. They about to conclude it. And then I guess like I went over to my grandpa's or something and just forgot about it. And then I never saw it ever again because they fucking canceled the show afterwards.
It wasn't canceled. It ended. Like the show has
they didn't show it anymore.
They showed it every once in a while, but it wasn't.
They didn't show the last episode.
I don't know about that, but I saw the last episode and it was freaking amazing.
It's great.
It is. The whole show is great.
Fuck,
I finished it in like 4 days. You can knock it out in probably like a half a day.
I probably could.
Because you watch stuff way faster than I do. So.
Well, because I just like, all right, I'm watching this show. This is all I'm watching for like the next week.
Exactly.
And I watch all these episodes. How long are the episodes?
They're like 20 minutes or 30 minutes or something.
Shit, yeah, I can knock that out pretty good.
I think they're like 22 minutes.
How many episodes like per season?
And then there's 20 episodes for each season, except for the last season. The last season is 21 episodes.
Oh, that's not too bad at all. Fucking A, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, you can knock it out in like a day.
3 seasons of this show is like 1 season of fucking Arrow, right?
Right. Right.
Fucking A, man.
3 seasons is like a season of Daredevil. Like it's.
Yeah, I mean, basically.
Then what else have I been watching? I've been watching MythBusters past couple days. I don't know why. Just threw it on.
Fucking. Is that show still on?
No, it's ended in like 2018 or something. So like 2 years ago it ended. Good. There's 20 fucking seasons though.
That's insane. How many myths can you fucking bust? All right.
Apparently enough to fill 20 seasons of a show. They're doing our men and women better than, or which is a better driver, men or women? That's what they're testing on the latest episode I was watching.
Oh, you don't need a whole episode on that. There's one answer for that, all right? I could tell you that fucking answer.
I think they came out that men actually were slightly better drivers than women. So.
Yeah, obviously. That's not like, you don't have to test that. That's a fact.
But I've been watching that. I don't know if I've watched any movies. I recently just went and rewatched Kill Bill. I'm gonna watch Kill Bill 2 tonight.
Shit.
Yeah.
It's all the same movie. Fuck you.
I'm gonna watch Kill Bill 2 tonight. I didn't realize how like actually gory Kill Bill is.
Kill Bill. This is probably controversial. Kill Bill Volume 1 is much better than Kill Bill Volume 2.
I think I'd agree with that. I've seen them both already, but it's been a while since I've watched them. So I was
like, I'd much rather, and maybe it's just because it's like Volume 1 is basically just a samurai movie, and I love samurai shit, but it's so fucking good. Volume 2 is great, but it's not as good as Volume 1.
I liked rewatching Volume 1. It's been a while since I've seen it. So.
It's so fucking good.
I'll
never forget the first time I saw Volume 1 on TV. It was so cool.
It's so like crazy, but it works. Like it's just insane.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing is just insane, but it works really well.
It's art, man.
I can't think of any other like movies I've been watching. I've watched a couple Marvel movies, but that's about it.
You got on me like 2 weeks ago for not watching anything new. Bitch, you haven't watched anything new at all.
I haven't been watching like anything. I've been watching that Jordan documentary.
Oh, I heard that was actually really good.
It was really good.
The Last Dance or whatever the fuck it's called?
Yeah, it ended though. It was done.
Is that a series or is that a movie?
It's a series. It's a 10-episode series.
Oh shit. Is it like, do you think I would like it, or is it just basketball all the time?
I mean, there's drama in there. I don't know. Like, I don't think you would like it personally.
Okay,
but maybe you would. I don't know.
I've heard Michael Jordan cries a lot.
He doesn't cry a lot. He cries when he talks about his dad dying. But
what a bitch.
But other than that, it just goes through his 6 NBA championships and like all the drama on and off court and all that stuff. So if that's what you want to watch, if that's what you want to watch, I enjoyed it. But
doesn't seem interesting.
Nah, I wouldn't think you would. I don't think you would. But there's no sports on, so nobody else has anything to watch. So everybody's been watching that. But yeah, I think that's all the stuff I've been watching recently. At least all that I can remember. What about you? What have you been?
I watched the new Chris Hemsworth Netflix movie, Extraction, or The Extraction, whatever the fuck it's called.
I watched like 10 minutes of it, and then I was like,
it's really good. You should finish it because it's really good.
I don't know. I was thinking about, I was like, I want to watch a movie, and then I sat down and I started watching it. I was like, I don't really want to watch a movie now. So
it's definitely sort of like John Wick, where I have to be like in the right mindset to watch it because it's pretty much just all action from start to finish. And it is, a lot of people are calling it the new John Wick. I don't know if I go that fucking far, all right. But it's damn good.
Better than John Wick 3?
Oh, for sure, yeah. There's one scene where Chris Hemsworth like brutally like beats the shit out of a bunch of kids, and it's awesome.
Speaking of John Wick, though, my dad watched John Wick 3, and he was like, it was just too much for me. That's what he said.
Fucking exactly what I said. Your dad has great taste, all right?
He was like, it was nonsense. The whole time. That's what he said.
Your dad should be on this fucking show.
He was like, I enjoyed the action, but that was all it was. It was just action.
Yeah.
Nonstop action.
And then it becomes Assassin's Creed for like 2 seconds.
Does it?
When he cuts his fucking finger off.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. The only like real scene that I remember that I enjoyed was the knife scene because it was just badass.
That was cool. The whole opening was awesome. But then after that, it's like, all right, we need to slow down. We need to like build out the story a little bit more. And then instead it's like, oh, I got to go to fucking Egypt and cut my finger off. Then I got to go meet Halle Berry. And she's got a bunch of fucking dogs. And I'm just going to do a bunch of dumb. I'm going to fight ninjas on fucking motorcycles. It's like,
I remember
the fuck down.
I remember that dog fight scene lasted for like a solid like 15 minutes.
It's so long.
Like it was a long fight scene. And it just went on forever. It went on forever.
John Wick 3 is not a good movie.
John Wick 1 is amazing.
John Wick 1 is like a masterpiece.
And apparently we're getting a 4th.
So. Don't want that. We'll probably get 6 of these fucking things. Don't need those. I also watched Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. The latest. Why are you laughing at that? Fuck you.
Because you put emphasis on the wrong words, I feel like. Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. Like you just, I don't know. You just put
fucking called, all right?
I know, but
Dark Apocalypse War.
You just put emphasis in weird spots.
Fuck. I'm gonna emphasize what I want.
This is an animated movie, right?
Yes.
Yes. I haven't seen this.
It's so good.
I haven't seen a lot of the animated movies, so
okay, because I was about to say this takes place in that like in the most recent like animated movie universe that they've been doing for the last like few years.
Is this like the Flashpoint movie universe?
This ties together the Flashpoint movie into this universe.
Okay, because I think that's like the really only cool. That's the only one I think I've seen.
Flashpoint's dope
of all the animated movies.
That movie's sick.
It is. I like the just craziness that goes on with that.
It's so fucking cool. And this is sort of interesting because they're actually like they're not like trying to continue this universe anymore. Like this was the end. This was the end of this universe. And the end of it, like the ending is really fucked up.
Is it? Does Batman die?
No, it's like I'm gonna spoil it for you because I don't know if you're even gonna watch this fucking thing.
I mean, when I do watch it, it'll probably be years from now and I won't remember anyway.
Spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen this, who wants to. But it's like Darkseid. It's basically Endgame or Infinity War, where Darkseid like takes over Earth and like everything's fucked. And Superman, like Darkseid did some really cool shit with Superman where he like put kryptonite like in his like veins and shit, and like in his blood and everything. So he's just fucked. Like he has no powers anymore.
Superman's just screwed.
He's just fucked. And I was like, that's actually like really cool. Batman's a villain because he got brainwashed by Darkseid. Most of the Justice League, like we see, get ripped in half, like brutally. And
where's Shazam?
Shazam, we see for like a split second, he's getting his ass kicked, and it's implied that he might be dead.
Shazam can't die.
He can because he's a fucking dumb kid. And then there's one scene where like most of the Justice League are like turned into cyborg robots, and they're like mindless robots like fighting each other, whatever. But it ends with everyone just like they're all like sitting on like this like the Teen Titans base on that like island, and they're all just like looking at it at the sunset, and everybody's just fucked up. Like Dick Grayson is like in a straitjacket because he went fucking nuts. Starfire is like a cyborg. Martian Manhunter's like a cyborg. Batman's still like fucked up. Damian Wayne's the only one who's happy because him and Raven finally like found love. And then Constantine just looks at Flash and he's like, you know what you have to do, right? And Flash is like, fuck, yes, I have to do another Flashpoint. And then that's literally what he does. And that's how the movie ends. It's just him fucking running. And then it ends on this really amazing shot of just all the Justice League kind of looking out at the sunset, and then just it cuts to white, and it's like, fuck, everything got reversed and none of this matters.
That kind of sucks.
Like that's real fucked up, but I love it.
It is really messed up. I thought it was gonna end with like just Darkseid just wins.
I mean, he did.
Yeah, he did, but then they just reversed it.
But no, they didn't really reverse it. It's like this universe no longer exists. Like this is done.
Well, either way.
So, but Darkseid still won, though. He achieved what he wanted. He took over the planet, and it was like 2 years that like they were just fucked by Darkseid.
Is that how the Snyder Cut is gonna be?
Oh man, I fucking hope so.
Is there anything else you watched that you want to mention?
Not really. Nothing relevant.
Really.
I watched A Few Good Men today because it's really good.
A Few Good Men. I've seen that movie. That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's a really good movie.
Solid movie. Nothing else, though?
Not really.
All right. I guess we're getting into the news.
Get into the news. Let's start off with TV news first, because there's 2 bits of TV news that are kind of interesting.
I was going to say, you have all the news, because I don't have jack.
I do have all the news. So
I'm just going to be reacting to you.
This is all the shit I want to talk about. So if there's anything else you want to talk about, fuck you.
Okay.
So starting off with TV news, it's not even really TV anymore because everything's fucking digital on a streaming service now. But there's a Percy Jackson series coming to Disney Plus.
Is it an animated series?
I think it's live action.
You fuckers. Make it animated. It'd be way better animated.
People don't watch cartoons anymore.
We just saw the resurgence with Avatar. People are loving that. To just make it animated.
Nah, fuck that shit. That cartoon's 10 years old.
It's gonna look terrible in live action on Disney Plus.
It probably will.
I mean, it might look
but
okay.
they said it was going to be a more faithful adaptation than the movies.
Yeah, because the movies nothing like the the books.
I mean, yeah, they really weren't.
I remember me and you went to go see the first one.
We saw, the Lightning Thief in the fucking theater.
Did they make another one?
They made Sea of Monsters, and then after that, they were like, "Fuck, these movies aren't making money," and they just stopped.
I don't know if I've seen Sea of Monsters, but I've seen Lightning.
I didn't see Sea of Monsters.
I've seen Lightning Thief mainly because we went to go see it in theaters.
So I was like, "Oh man, it's gonna be so cool" because the book was really cool. And then we came out, and you were like, "Wait, like we're never seeing any movie ever again that you recommend."
I was like, that was nothing like how it was supposed to be.
It was really dumb and stupid.
I would be okay. This could be fine. It just depends on what they do. Like, are they like truly basing it off the books, or are they kind of just doing their own thing with the Percy Jackson
feeling
name?
It might be like Artemis Fowl.
Where it's like just name recognition almost.
Yeah, basically.
See, that's what I don't want. But I mean, I guess you can do that, and you can just do more stuff with it, and not worry about ruining people's
I mean, I guess, but you have to also like think about the fact that like, do people give a shit about Percy Jackson?
No,
like, is there like a hardcore like rabid fan base for Percy Jackson?
I don't care about what they do. I didn't even know this existed until just now.
Yeah, this is the thing.
But does it need to exist? Make a new thing. Make something new.
It doesn't.
Don't just tanter the Percy Jackson.
But Disney
thing.
Plus needs stuff, and so they're just like, Plus, fuck. What do we own?
It needs a lot of things. It doesn't need Percy Jackson.
It needs like boobies.
Does Disney own Percy Jackson, or did they get that from Fox?
I think that was Fox.
Wow.
I think Fox had that.
Disney Plus needs a total revamp, though. It needs something.
They really do. They need like the hard R, like edgy revamp.
I still think they came out too soon.
It did.
They don't have any content to put on there.
But The Mandalorian had to line up with Rise of Skywalker, so they were like, fuck it, put it out.
I guess. I mean, it didn't really. And there was nothing in there that was like,
It had to, because the scene where Baby Yoda fucking healed Carl Weathers, you wouldn't understand that in the movie.
They explain it in Rise of Skywalker.
Fuck you. It's all connected, all right?
It's not. It doesn't matter.
It matters.
Doesn't matter. Are we going to talk about some Mandalorian things?
Not that I know of. Was there any new Mandalorian news?
Wait, did we talk about Boba Fett and stuff like that?
I don't think we did, but if we didn't,
we can talk about it now because we're in the TV section.
Boba Fett.
Good segue into the Mandalorian. We're getting, what's his name? I don't remember the actor's name.
Tamara Morris or whatever the fuck
I'll never remember his fucking name.
Get a real fucking name, all right, guy?
He's always just Jango Fett to me.
Let's call him Bob Smith.
Bob Smith, the most generic name you could think of.
Exactly, but I can remember it.
Bob Smith is going to be in. Someone's going to take that out of context. But
I don't care.
Who the hell?
We literally just said we're going to call him Bob Smith. So if they look at it and they're like, "Oh, Bob Smith's going to be in this," they're going to be real fucking disappointed.
Imagine if we do it like 3 episodes from now. We're talking like Bob Smith in the middle. They're going to be like, "Who the hell?"
That's their problem.
Anyways, Bob Smith is going to be in The Mandalorian season 2. Yeah. How do you feel? How do you feel about this?
This is a little weird because it's like,
do you think
Boba Fett gonna be like an antagonist? Like, what is it? Like, why is he here?
Boba is even gonna be in it because he could be playing a clone trooper for all we know. We don't know who he's playing.
That would be the biggest like cock tease ever.
If he just showed up and he wasn't.
If it's like, oh, hey, we're bringing back the actor who played Jango Fett. Guess what? He's just playing a fucking stormtrooper, though.
Clone trooper, not stormtrooper.
Fuck you. I'm sure there's a couple stormtroopers out there that are still clones, all right?
Maybe. I doubt it.
There's no way all of those fucking clones died.
I'm still betting on he's at least going to be Captain Rex. I don't know if he's going to be Boba, though. I could see it.
I mean, are they shooting? Did they say he's going to be in season 2 or season 3?
Season 2.
Season 2. So they're shooting season 2 right now, I think.
Yeah.
So maybe, depending on how much they've shot, maybe that they've seen fan backlash. Maybe they're like, "Fuck, we need to put Boba Fett in this right now."
I mean, like, it wouldn't be hard to put him in there. Just paint the Mandalorian suit green, and then you got Boba Fett.
It wouldn't.
But I
don't think he's in that suit anyway.
But I was gonna say, are you gonna explain how he got there? Because he's technically supposed to be dead.
It's in a comic.
They're not going to explain it. They're like, oh, yeah, he just showed up.
Nah, it's in a comic. There'll be 5 comics that come out.
Is Boba considered like this high-ranking Mandalorian? Like, are people like, would our guy know who he is? Like, he's like, oh my god, it's like he's a celebrity in the Mandalorians. Like,
I don't know, because I don't know what's canon anymore. But from what I know is canon, he's just some fuck who shows up in 3 movies and doesn't say anything. He's
just some guy, but he happens to also be the son of the original guy or whatever. Yeah. Like,
so like, I don't fucking know.
I don't know. I don't know what's happening with all that. And then we also are getting Ahsoka in season 2 of Mandalorian.
I think we've talked about that though.
Maybe. I can't remember what we've talked about on the actual podcast. I don't fucking know. We've just talked about in general, but in case anybody doesn't know, Ahsoka is also going to be in season 2.
She is. Rosario Dawson.
Yes. Which I think that's a great cast.
I love Rosario Dawson. Should have been in more Daredevil.
She should have been. She was
really not in season 3 at all.
No, she wasn't. Why? What
happened to the release the Rosario Dawson cut?
What happened to her in season 2?
Well, remember in I think it was Luke Cage season 2, like Luke Cage like called her a bitch and she was like, I ain't having this shit, and she left.
She's like, I'm done with superheroes, and just left.
Yeah, she just fucking left the whole cinematic universe.
I remember that, yes. And now she's going to Star Wars. She's getting doing another.
She got on the bus to Star Wars.
She got on the bus to Star Wars. I mean, I think that's all the Mandalorian stuff that I.
Speaking of the Mandalorian, there's a Drake and Josh reboot coming.
Oh, what a segue!
News you sent me.
It is. I forget. I read part of this article. I think the Drake and Josh are actually coming back for this reboot, which doesn't make.
I would assume so.
But like, I was thinking it was gonna be a hard reboot. Like,
no, you cannot do that. They are Drake and Josh, all right? That's like recasting Rocky. You just don't fucking do it.
But what are they gonna? They're like 30, almost 40
That's
now.
The point. It would be amazing. I hope they don't do like what the That's So Raven like reboot did, where it's like, oh, Raven's an adult and she has kids now, but it's mostly just about her kids. Like, I hope it's Drake and Josh still live at home. They're like middle-aged like schlubs, and they're just like losers because that's what they are in that show. They're fucking dumb like losers. Like, that would be fucking amazing.
I have not heard about anybody else coming back. I think they want to get Miranda Cosgrove back, but other than that, I don't know if anybody else is actually coming back.
I mean, that'd be great. I want Crazy Steve back.
I was gonna say I want Crazy Steve, and I want Helen.
Helen would be great. Craig and Eric.
Craig.
What are they doing 20 years later? How long has this show been canceled? 10 years?
I don't know. I'll look it up right now. When was the last episode air date?
Well, technically it'd be the movie, because the movie's the last canonical, the Christmas movie is the last canonical Drake and Josh adventure.
Oh yeah, I guess I should look that up. Merry Christmas. Drake and Josh. 2008 was when that film came.
Fuck, are you kidding me?
So it's been 12 years since the last.
Holy shit. We're so old.
When did the show end though?
I think it was probably like a year or two before that, wasn't it?
Was it that? I thought it was longer. But yeah, final air episode was 2007. September.
Oh my god, dude. I remember when that show fucking aired. That was that long ago? Or when that show got canceled. Fuck, man.
Dude, that was like one of Nickelodeon's best shows.
That's still an amazing show.
Which I think it might soon be coming to Netflix. I don't know.
It's on Hulu.
Yeah, it's on Hulu, but not all the episodes.
Not all of it, which pisses me off because the Blues Brothers episode ain't on there. That's the best fucking episode.
But Netflix is putting out a bunch of Nickelodeon stuff like Victorious and Salmon Cat and Avatar. So, like, I think it might be soon. I don't know. I can't say for
if
sure.
It is, that's all I'm watching from here on out. Did you ever watch Even Stevens?
No, I didn't.
Drake and Josh is Nickelodeon's Even Stevens.
Drake and Josh is great. There's so many iconic episodes that I can remember.
Oh man, it's so fucking good.
It's insane.
It's so fucking good. Remember when fucking Josh dressed up as a lady and Drake was like, oh man, my stepbrother dressed up like a lady. Because this was 2005 and people weren't like cool with transgenders yet. I
remember that. I remember the hot tub episode where Helen goes like blind and Drake and a bunch of people into the hot tub. That's great. There's like that's
not what that episode's about though. Like you said, the hot tub episode as if that was like they get stuck in a hot tub. Like,
but it's mainly about the hot tub. Like they're in the hot tub.
And, I guess.
Yeah. And I remember the alien episode, like the spooky Halloween.
That was a good episode. Remember when everyone thought Josh was like a criminal? He got beat up by like a bunch of Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
It's the theater thug.
The best episode though is the freaking Treehouse episode. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's such a fucking iconic episode, man.
It's the best episode in the entire
Drake, where's the door hole? Oh man, it's so fucking good. So fucking good, man.
It's great. I love it.
I fucking love that show. That show's so quotable. It's so good. Release the Drake and Josh box set. All right.
And you still to this day think I got my personality from Josh. So.
You did. All right. You're Josh. You're Josh Peck.
So I mean, I'll take it.
I'll take it.
It could be worse. So I mean,
yeah. I mean, could it?
It could. It could very well. I could be like Jeffrey Dahmer's personality or something.
Holy shit!
Like it could be way worse.
I mean, at least Jeffrey Dahmer had like movies made about him.
I saw that you're making a new movie soon.
Am I?
I saw the dude that looks like you.
Is this movie news? I'm in a new movie.
I don't remember what the movie was called. It was on Hulu though.
Oh.
The commercial was for.
I don't remember making that movie.
It's a love story.
You talking about the Netflix movie with me and Dakota Fanning?
I don't know.
That's on Netflix. You fuck. Get the fucking streaming service right.
I saw the commercial on Hulu. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, that's strange.
I don't know if we're talking about the same movie. We could
probably not.
I don't know. Oh, maybe
probably not even talking about the same person.
Maybe I did see. No, it's the Pokemon guy, right?
Yeah,
the Jurassic World Pokemon guy.
The Pokemon guy.
The only two big.
He has a name, Devin.
It's you.
It's me.
I don't know his actual name.
It's Justice Smith. All right.
Oh yeah,
I only know that because he looks like me.
Is it Justice or Justin?
Justice
Smith, as
in the Justice League.
He's related to Bob Smith.
Fuck. He might be.
We kind of went off topic there.
I don't give a shit. We were talking about Drake and Josh for like 20 minutes, and that's all. That's fucking.
Hey, if Netflix puts Drake and Josh on their streaming service, I will be so happy.
I'll send them like $20. Like,
do it, Netflix. Do it, especially since Wade doesn't pay for Netflix. That'll be.
I don't, but I'll send them 20. But I'll give them money because they did that because that's a fucking baller move.
Is that all your TV news?
No. Have you seen all this Tiger King shit that everyone was talking about?
I haven't seen the show. I've seen half of the show. I haven't seen the whole thing.
It's an interesting documentary. It's not great, but it's fascinating. And
Joe Exotic killed her husband and fed him to tigers.
Yeah, Joe Exotic's a really fucking interesting person. He's really
I feel bad for Joe. Actually, I don't feel bad for anybody.
I don't. He's a fucking psychopath. All right.
All the people on that show are insane, but
most of them, yeah.
Out of all of them, I feel the least worst about Joe Exotic.
I don't. He fucking keep his ass in jail. But speaking of keeping his ass in jail, Nick Cage is going to be playing him in a new series.
They're making another show about him, even though they just
I think so, yeah.
Why?
It's gonna be like a fictionalized version of it.
Oh, a fictionalized version of it. So we're gonna see Nicolas Cage kissing dudes? Is that what we're gonna see?
I mean, basically, it's just Nick Cage's personal one.
Nice. Nicolas Cage is not in jail. Why'd you say he was in jail?
You don't know that. What's Nick Cage been doing?
He's collecting rocks. That's what he's been doing.
He went to jail for being broke, not having any fucking money for anything.
He went to jail for being broke. I don't think that's against the law, but
it is when you're Nick Cage because he spent too much money and then he tried to go buy more magic rocks. And they were like, "You ain't got no fucking money."
He's just trying to pull off Con Air in real life. That's what he's trying to do.
Con Air is so bad.
It's it's a bad good movie though.
No, it isn't. It's terrible.
Or it's a good bad movie.
It's not. It's fucking terrible. It sucks.
I could watch it and not like want to.
I own it and I've seen it like 3-4 times, but it sucks.
You tell me that scene where Nick Cage comes out of the airplane and his hair is just glistening in the wind doesn't just like make you want to make a movie right there.
No, I mean like that's definitely like, but not good.
It's like Samurai Cop.
Not even close. Samurai Cop is fucking amazing. You shut your mouth.
You were so offended that I just compared Con Air to Samurai Cop.
You did. That's like comparing like The Godfather to like Transformers.
Oh.
You just don't do it. All right.
No. We don't compare anything to Michael Bay movies except for other Michael Bay movies.
Except for other Michael Bay movies.
All right, what else you got for me?
That's all the TV news.
I'm prepared for something insane.
I have movie news.
Oh, yes.
Phil Lord and Chris Miller are to direct a space movie starring Ryan Gosling.
What's it about?
It's based off of the Martian's author who wrote the original Martian book. His like next thing that he's doing, it's like based off of that.
Ooh.
I don't know what the fuck it's about.
Well, I like The Martian, so that's a good sign.
I do too.
I've been watching, not lately, but just like in a row, I've been watching new space movies. I watched Ad Astra. I don't remember how I told you that.
Did?
Yeah, I liked Ad
Astra. Ad Astra's great.
It was good. It was real good. Brad Pitt does a very good job holding a movie on his own, basically.
I mean, he had Tommy Lee Jones for like 5 minutes.
Tommy Lee Jones is in like the last like 20 minutes.
Yeah, and he was like, "Get the fuck off my ship,"
and then he dies.
And then he fucking dies. Spoilers.
But I'm down for a Ryan Gosling space movie because that sounds awesome.
Did you see First Man?
I did not.
I haven't either. I heard it was really good though. But that's Ryan Gosling in space as Neil Armstrong.
I heard it was good too, but I haven't seen Blade Runner either, and that's not in space, but it reminds me of a space movie. 2049. I need to watch it, but I left it in India.
The fact you're watching all this dumb sports shit, and you still haven't watched fucking Blade Runner 2049, all right?
I own it too. That's
I know.
I've owned it for like 6 months now.
Fuck.
And I left it in Indy.
It's so good.
It's not here. It's in Indy. Basically, all my movies are in Indy, which is sad because I had some I wanted to watch.
Why didn't you bring them with you?
I don't know. I just packed fast and I wasn't thinking about it.
I mean, that's fair.
Give me something juicy. Give me some juicy news.
I don't know if this is juicy. Demolition Man 2 is a thing.
Oh, that's pretty juicy. We're gonna have 70-year-old Stallone in Demolition Man.
I don't fucking understand why Stallone is so obsessed with doing sequels to everything. You're fucking 80 years old, dude. Like, I understand you're still jacked and you can kick my ass, but you're fucking 80.
Doing Rocky 6 or 7, whichever one it is. I don't remember.
No, we don't need that.
And now he's doing Demolition Man 2.
Rambo 5.
He just did. Yeah, he just did a new Rambo.
Yeah, he's doing Demolition Man 2. Like, what the fuck? We're going to get Judge Dredd 2 in your fucking 80s?
It's going to be in Spy Kids 5.
I mean, I'd be cool with that.
Those are all his franchises, though. He doesn't have any other. I guess the Expendables.
I mean, yeah.
But other than that, put Stallone in a space movie. I want to see that.
He's in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, you fuck.
That's a space movie, yes, but that doesn't star Stallone. He's just
have him be the star of the third one, because there was really no reason why he needed to be in the second one.
I mean, they put Miley Cyrus on the second one too.
They did, which is strange. I'm excited. I like the first Demolition Man.
I liked it too. Does it need a sequel?
Fun. It doesn't.
No, it does not.
They're gonna bring Rob Schneider back.
Rob Schneider isn't doing anything, so I'm sure
he was just in a new movie. Devin,
was it good?
No.
Was it an Adam Sandler movie? Probably.
Fucking Rob Schneider's in it. What kind of is it good? Fuck you.
There's only two types of Rob Schneider movies. There's bad Rob Schneider movies, and then there's Adam Sandler movies.
That's it. I mean, that's the same thing. It's basically the same thing.
But like, those are the only time I can think of him in a movie. Is if he's in a movie with Adam Sandler, or he's in a bad movie and with himself in it.
I mean, yeah.
Isn't there a movie with Rob Schneider there where he wanted to like commit suicide but he couldn't?
I mean, I think you're just thinking of his life.
No, I think there was a movie I watched where he tried to commit suicide throughout like the whole movie and he just couldn't do it.
I think that's a weird like Angel movie that I didn't see, but I've seen like the poster of it where he's like,
yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, because he hangs himself and he just like hangs there. He just hangs there and lives. Like he's just like, I can't die.
Is this a biopic?
No, it was not a biopic. I don't think if you hang yourself,
I'd do that if I was Rob Schneider.
I don't think if you hang yourself, you're gonna live in real life. I don't think it's gonna happen. But
I mean, have you tried it?
No, because I'd probably be dead.
You don't know until you try.
Yeah, so Rob Schneider isn't doing jack. I'm sure he'd gladly come back.
Gladly come back. The sad part is though, no fucking Wesley Snipes. He can't come back. He got his fucking head kicked off.
He could be like a Force ghost in Demolition Man.
I don't want Demolition Man like lore and like I don't want world building and shit. All right, he died.
You don't want it to like be a real movie. You just want it to.
The first one wasn't a real movie, Devin.
That's what I'm saying. You don't want it to be like a real franchise.
No, it doesn't need to be a franchise. The first one was fine. Leave it the fuck alone.
It doesn't need anything. No. If anything, you could maybe reboot it, but this might be like a soft reboot, to be honest.
Could you imagine like a modern day Demolition Man?
Who would
Jason
you put
Momoa?
I was thinking they'd put The Rock in it because The Rock's in everything.
Such an obvious. They probably would, but that's such an obvious choice.
That's what if I were like if a producer was like, and if I walked up to a producer and be like, "Who do you want in this movie?" He'd be like, "I want The Rock."
Put The Rock in it. He's big. He's got muscles. He probably would be in it, and then he'd be fighting. Who would he fight? He needs we need like another crazy actor.
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage isn't like Wesley Snipes is fucking out of his mind, but he was like physically like jacked. We need like another physically fit guy who's also fucking crazy.
I want Woody Harrelson. I don't know why, but I do.
Yes, that would be amazing. He'd have to get jacked though. Get Tom Hardy. Fuck.
Tom Hardy can be any person he wants to be. He's a great actor.
Tom Hardy played Al Capone like shitting himself in a diaper. All right.
If you like slid the script to Demolition Man to Tom Hardy, you think he's gonna be like, "Yeah, I'll do it"? Like, no.
I mean, he did that with Venom.
He's gonna be like, "Do I get to wear a mask?" And they're gonna be like, "No."
Do I get to wear a mask again?
Like, they're gonna be like, "No, no, that's in my damn contract. I gotta wear a mask in every movie."
You're questioning like Tom Hardy looking at a script and being like, "Oh, this is quality." He said yes to Venom, all right, and he said yes to Venom 2.
No, I think he said yes to the universe of Venom, not the movie of Venom.
I mean, maybe
they're like, "You want to be in a cinematic universe?" He's like, "Hell, fucking yeah.
Hey, man, I was Bane.
I want to be the next Robert Downey Jr. I want to do it."
I mean, yeah, that's probably what happened. But then he got on set and was like, "Fuck, I gotta get in a lobster tank."
They're like, "What?" He's like, "What is this movie?"
And he did it, and he did it really convincingly.
Yeah, I mean, he seemed like a crazy person. It sucks that his movie was awful.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Venom 2 will be better. You never know.
I hope it's just as bad, and I hope he's just as fucking crazy in that movie.
What are your chances of we get a cameo in Morbius though? What do you think?
Of Venom?
Yeah. Or just Tom Hardy?
That because there's fucking Michael Keaton's already in it. You want Morbius to be like fucking Iron Man 2, or it's just here's everybody in the fucking cinematic universe? Fuck that.
Do you want it or not? I'm just saying, knowing Sony, what are the chances we get a cameo from Tom Hardy?
Some kind of hint of Venom. Whether he actually shows up is a different thing, but we'll definitely get some kind of hint of Venom's existence. We'll see some black shit like on the ground.
I mean, we're getting a Spider-Man, something with Spider-Man, because there's graffiti of him on the wall.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why you'd get the rights to use Spider-Man if you're not going to actually put Spider-Man in your movie.
I don't fucking know, because they don't.
Better not be Tom Holland Spider-Man. Just use.
It would have been amazing if it was Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
Use Toby or Andrew.
Don't use Toby. I don't want to see his fucking face ever again.
I don't think he'd want to come back anyway.
He wouldn't. He's too busy yelling at reporters.
Growing his weird beard that doesn't look right.
Let's see. What's my other fucking news? Oh, this news will tickle your fancy.
Yes.
Your favorite franchise of all time, Jurassic World.
Oh, God.
According to one of the producers, Jurassic World 3 will not be the end. It'll be the start of a new era.
Foos Raba. Let me contain my anger.
Did you just make a fucking anger management reference? You son of a bitch.
I was wondering if you were going to catch it.
Of course. Of course I fucking caught that, Devin.
Yes, I did make a reference to anger management.
That's a great movie.
No, I don't even want. Like, if you were to ask me right now, I wouldn't want a Jurassic World 3. Just end it where it's at. Like, I don't care. The second one,
because they left the last one with like a big cliffhanger. They're out in the world.
They're in the world. They're gonna die.
Like, how are they gonna die though? That's what we're gonna see in the third one.
I can see it now. This is gonna become like Planet of the Apes, but with dinosaurs.
I mean, yeah, probably.
I don't care.
They're gonna eventually, if we get like Jurassic World 4, 5, 6, whatever, they're gonna get to the human dinosaur hybrid stuff.
I don't want that.
Which I don't want it. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying that's a smart idea at all, but it's far more interesting than anything in any of these Jurassic World movies.
There's a reason that lady was cloned, I guess. Maybe. I still don't know. I still don't know what that buildup was. I was a clone.
It's just to have a twist in the movie.
Do
you think we'll see that girl again in the third one? I don't.
I don't know. I was gonna say it doesn't make her more interesting character that she's a clone. It doesn't matter.
She started the fucking dinosaur apocalypse. She let all these fucking dinosaurs out.
She did. She's like, they're like me. No, they're 50-ton monsters that want to eat people. You're a little girl.
Yeah, you don't know shit, bitch.
Also, what I don't understand in these movies is why they are so afraid of dinosaurs. We have freaking rocket launchers. Just blow them up.
I mean, that's probably, they're going to fucking explain that. They're going to explain you can't just fucking shoot a rocket out of a T-Rex's head.
What, like they're going to explain, as soon as the dinosaurs got let out, there was a solar flare that knocked out.
They're genetically altered dinosaurs, Devin.
Does it mean that a velociraptor blew up in Jurassic World from a rocket launcher?
How much do you want to bet right now? I'm gonna fucking say this on the podcast so we have proof of it. How much do you want to fucking bet they have another goddamn like new dinosaur that they fucking created, and it's gonna be another dinosaur, just like purple? Because that's basically what the other two were. Here's a new dinosaur. It's just a T-Rex with arms.
I'm not gonna bet you on that because I'm sure it's gonna be right.
Yeah, because they've done it twice now.
Yeah, it's just, I don't care. So you make a giant T-Rex looking thing, and then you make a small velociraptor looking thing.
There's a velociraptor that's like blue and orange, and it's just kind of smart, but not really, because Chris Pratt like outsmarts it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the smartest dinosaur, but it just falls through the roof like a bitch and dies.
Yeah, it's a fucking idiot.
And apparently it follows lasers like a cat.
I guess, yeah.
I don't understand this. They should have not made anything past Jurassic World.
No, they should have not made anything past Jurassic Park, Devin.
No, I mean, if you're going that far, sure. I was thinking like
movie.
The trilogy already existed. You can make Jurassic World, but that's it. I wouldn't make any others.
I mean, that's fair, I guess.
I mean, I guess you could have, but I think you put yourself in a hole here by you have to do this story now of there's dinosaurs out loose in the world. Like, there's no other story you can do now.
I mean, yeah, they did that on purpose.
Well, I know they did.
They have to make a new movie.
But Jurassic World 2 was not critically acclaimed.
No, nobody liked that fucking movie.
No, but it made a lot of money. So,
like, at least Jurassic World 1, like the ending of it is just like turn your brain off. Like, none of this makes any fucking sense, but it's dinosaurs fighting, and that's cool. Jurassic Park 2 made me want to kill myself.
It turned into an action movie. Chris Pratt literally like punches people in.
I remember when we came out of that, I was like, hey, remember the first Jurassic Park movie where Jeff Goldblum just like clotheslined a bunch of motherfuckers, and you were like, what?
I wouldn't be surprised if we get Chris Pratt versus a dinosaur in the third one.
Oh, dude, we're gonna see that. We're gonna see Chris Pratt punch a T-Rex in the face.
It's gonna turn into the Meg. That's what it's gonna turn into.
If it's even remotely close to the Meg, I'm gonna love it.
You hated the Meg, I thought.
No, the Meg is fantastic, dude.
Jason Statham,
the Meg. You want to talk about cinema? Like, that's fucking
riding 100-foot shark and stabbing it.
He body slammed a shark. All right,
not even
do that.
Not just a shark, 100-foot shark.
That's some Jason Statham shit right there.
And they tried to explain it like it was real life. Like, that's
oh, he can fucking body slam a shark because blah 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 blah. It's like, you don't have to explain it. Just show it. Like, I don't give a fuck.
I thought the Meg was going to try to take itself seriously, but it didn't, like, at all.
No, that we knew exactly what it was. That movie was a big dumb goof fest.
Oh, I know, but I thought when I saw like trailers for it, I'm like, they're gonna like try to make this a real movie. And then when I saw like the actual movie, I'm like, no, they didn't. They didn't try to make this a real movie.
Yeah, they didn't give a fuck. And that's why that movie's amazing, because they just didn't care.
I remember I sat you down, I'm like, we're gonna watch the Meg, and you're like, oh my gosh, we're gonna watch the Meg.
Yeah, because I expected it to be really bad, and then you showed it to me, and I was like, this is my like favorite movie ever.
That was the first time I'd seen it, is when I watched it with you. So,
oh man, it's so good. Everybody, go watch the Meg.
If you're expecting Jaws, don't.
It's not Jaws, but you'll get to see Jason Statham fight a giant shark, and it's the best goddamn thing ever.
Expect a Jason Statham movie. That's what you should expect.
Expect a bad Jason Statham movie, because he's made some good movies.
Speaking of Jason Statham movies, did you hear we're getting Hobbs and Shaw 2? I didn't know this.
I mean, I thought this was like confirmed.
I didn't know this, but I'm totally down for it. Like,
fucking A. I mean, they have to explain who that voice was.
Are they bringing back Idris Elba somehow?
They're gonna have to. Like I said in the review, he's gonna get struck by lightning. He's gonna come out of the fucking ocean. He's gonna be all zombified and shit, and he's gonna be part of the team.
Are they bringing back Kevin Hart?
They have to.
And Ryan Reynolds?
They have to.
Good. That's all I need to know.
Hobbs and Shaw 2. Hobbs and Shaw take the world. And they just fucking fuck shit up.
World. What if like a week from now, that's literally the trailer? Hobbs and Shaw take the world. Or the title.
Somebody owes me money. Because I literally just pulled that out of my ass.
I mean, it sounds like
something. Sense.
It sounds like something that would be the title, though.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Hobbs and Shaw World on Fire or something. I don't know.
Hobbs and Shaw. I mean, like, fuck. It'll be like the Friday the 13th. Jason Takes Manhattan. It's like, oh, Hobbs and Shaw go to Africa, like some dumb fucking title like that.
Freaking Hobbs and Shaw, man. One of the best movies of whatever year that came out.
That was such a fun movie. I still got to get it on Blu-ray. I want to rewatch it.
It came out 2019? Was that no, that's 28?
No, it's 2019.
2019.
That was early 2019.
It was.
That's all the movie news, though. I got some Marvel news.
Oh, do you?
It's technically Marvel news.
I probably heard it. So
it's fucking Sony news. If that's Marvel.
I mean, it's technically Marvel.
Sony has an official title for their cinematic universe.
Yeah, it's a mouthful. Also,
do you know what it is though?
I don't remember. No, I don't remember at all.
It's the acronym is the SPUMC, which is that's longer than the actual fucking name.
SPUMC.
Spunk. That's not catchy at all.
What is the P?
Well, the actual name is Sony Pictures Universe of Marvel characters.
Yeah. Wasn't it called SUMC before?
I don't fucking know.
I'm pretty sure it was SUMC.
I don't know. Just call it the Spider-Man universe.
I'm pretty sure it was called Sony's Universe of Marvel Characters. That's what it was called.
Well, they added Pictures.
Sony Pictures Universe of Marvel Characters.
Pictures, because that's the official name of the company. Sony Pictures.
Sony Pictures is going to get bought out by Apple or something.
I hope so.
Something's going to happen with them. Because they ain't making no money besides Spider-Man movies.
Exactly. I hope Sony gets reduced to just selling VCRs again. Fuck Sony.
I mean, it ain't going to happen if people keep going to see Venom and...
Exactly. That's why we need to just boycott all of it. All right?
Me and you can't. We have to.
We don't, Devin. That's the thing. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
Our lives depend on it.
No, they don't.
My life depends. There's a guy that follows me around with a sniper. And he's like, if you don't go see all the Marvel movies and all the DC movies, you're going to get shot.
Oh, shit. Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
So
that's why we went to go see Venom. That makes sense.
That's why I went to go see Birds of Prey. The movie came out this year. It feels so long ago. Speaking of which, this is kind of off topic. It feels so weird that we're almost done with May, and I've only seen 3 movies in the theater this year.
Because everything's been closed. Everything's been pushed back.
I know.
No movies coming.
I think I've seen 3. Maybe I've seen 4.
Everything's coming out on Netflix, and nobody gives a shit because they're Netflix movies.
Yeah. I didn't watch Trolls 2, which that apparently made all the money.
It was Trolls 3, Devin?
Trolls 3, sorry.
It's part of the trilogy. All right.
That's some news we could talk about. Did you hear about that news? The troll news?
Is there more?
Universal is having a standoff with, I think it's Universal, with AMC theaters because of Trolls 3.
Why?
Because Universal told AMC theaters that they're not going to put all their movies in theaters anymore. They're going to start releasing some on home releases. And AMC was like, fuck you. If you're not going to give us all the movies, then we're not going to play any of your movies. So,
I mean, it's not like they're going to take all the movies away from now until the fucking end of time. Just probably the most recent ones, because they don't know when theaters are opening up. AMC, you can fucking shut up.
Well, after AMC came out and said that, freaking Regal came out and said the same thing, that they're not going to put any Universal movies on if they're not going to if they're not going to do that,
they're
because
miss out on a fuck ton of movies then.
Well, I also think that Universal's kind of stupid, because obviously Trolls 3 is going to make more money than normal home releases because there's nothing to release it in theaters. Yeah. So everybody's going to watch it at home. Plus, they're charging $20 to watch the movie, which if you're watching it with a group of like 5 people, I mean, that makes sense. But if you're watching it by yourself, that's not worth watching a movie over. Is $20. So,
well, I mean, yeah, but it's a kids' movie.
I'm just saying.
Like, what grown man's like, you know what? I won't go. I'm gonna spend $20 for Troy.
Other movies have been released since then on at-home releases, and they're charging the same price, $20.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Some people are saying that this is the beginning of the downfall for theaters, because
I mean, it is. I mean, it's going to be really interesting when theaters do open back up. We're going to see how many movies are actually going to be in the theater. Probably not a lot.
There was a poll taken, and then like 60% of Americans don't even want to go to the theater until like it's 100% safe.
Man, fuck y'all. All right. As soon as the theater opens, my ass is fucking going in there. All right.
We went to go see Onward when all this crap was like just starting.
Exactly.
And it was getting bad, and we went anyway. I
don't give a fuck. All right.
It was worth it. Onward was really good.
I'm gonna go see Tenet, and if I get the coronavirus from that, it was fucking worth it because Tenet looks great.
If that's the last movie you see in theaters, it's gonna be the last movie.
I don't give a fuck. I mean, that'd be better than fucking Onward.
Onward wasn't bad.
Onward was good, but like the last movie you see in a theater, like fuck that.
What if Tenet is terrible? You never know.
I mean, it could be, but Batman's in it, so fuck you.
Because Batman's in it. It's also a Christopher Nolan movie, and Nolan has a pretty good track record. So
he's got a great track record. All
right. What other news? Is that your only Marvel news?
Yes. Because fuck Marvel.
Sad news.
I do have DC news.
I did see one thing the other day.
Shit.
Or 2 things, actually. 1, Shang-Chi's production's about to restart, so that's a good sign. 2, Falcon and the Winter Soldier and WandaVision are still slated to release when they initially were. So August.
That's good.
And August and December. So
2 shows that I care about.
They haven't been pushed back at all, and they'll still come out this year, apparently.
When is Shang-Chi coming out?
Next year, 2021.
Ah, fuck.
I think it's February next year, so it's early next year.
Why is it coming out during Black History Month? Is it not like an Asian History Month?
I don't know. I think it wasn't initially, then everything got pushed back and it just ended up there.
It seems really racist.
They're releasing an Asian movie on Black History Month?
Yeah, that's fucking totally disrespectful, right?
They released Black Panther in February, didn't they?
They did, yeah. And everyone totally forgot that Black History Month was even a fucking thing. Because I remember I mentioned that to my mom. I was like, oh, they released it during Black History Month. And she was like, oh, yeah, that's right.
Because after you get out of elementary school, nobody like cares anymore.
Yeah, black people aren't important anymore.
You know what? They shouldn't have a Black History Month at all. They should.
I thought you were gonna say they shouldn't have black people anymore. I was like, Jesus, Devin.
No, well, no. They shouldn't have Black History Month at all. They should just teach that history all year round.
I mean, yeah, I totally agree.
That's what they should do. Why do we have just a month dedicated just for that? Just do it all year. No. Just do it when you're teaching normal history.
Because we have to have a dedicated day for when we talk about George Washington Carver, who fucking invented peanut butter, all right? Because that's fucking important.
And Malcolm X and all those other people.
The time Malcolm X savagely like murdered people.
Malcolm X didn't murder people.
I don't know. He didn't, but for some reason, whenever I think of Malcolm X, I think of him as like a murderer.
Me and you did like a whole project on Malcolm X. I don't remember it at all.
Malcolm X is not someone you want to like teach in schools because Malcolm X kind of wasn't like the best guy. He wasn't a murderer, but he wasn't like a good dude either.
But the #1 guy they talk about, do you know who it is?
Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah, #1.
Who also apparently wasn't a good dude either.
Probably he might soon be #2 because I think Obama might take over soon.
But I mean, Obama's like the coolest black person like alive currently.
He's also recent, so people.
And I did a report on fucking Barack Obama in like 5th grade before he was president.
5th grade. That was like when he was running for president.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, Barack Obama, the next president. Everyone's like, fuck you.
And then he became president.
I was like, hashtag Wade's right.
Derek still wears Trump 2020 shirts, so we'll see what happens.
Your brother's a Nazi, Devin. Everybody knows that.
I asked him, I was like, what do you think? What are you gonna do if Trump doesn't win in 2020? He's like, Well, that's not going to happen, so it doesn't matter.
Well, that's not fucking happening, all right.
I was like, but what if he like dies or something, and then he doesn't?
Derek just looks at you. He won't.
He's Jesus.
He's our God. All right. Fuck you.
This quickly became a political podcast.
Oh, damn. That's exactly like our podcast is just off the rails. None of this shit matters.
It's quite entertaining, I feel like. So
it is.
It's entertaining for me. So
it's entertaining for me because I'm tired half the time anyway. I got DC news.
Yeah, there's some big DC news.
There's some fucking major DC news that I'm gonna scream about here in a minute.
It's made Wade the happiest he's been in like 10 years.
Oh man, like I've thought about ending it like a long time now. This made me just want to like not end it anytime soon.
Made you like, I want to live until I see this.
I want to live till I'm like 80 just so I can watch this fucking thing over and over again. But we'll talk about that when we get to it. But I've got some other DC news. Swamp Thing has been moved to the CW. So fuck Swamp Thing.
Didn't that show get canceled?
It did after one season, and it looked really good. I still haven't seen it.
I saw some promo shots of it. It did look good.
It looked really good, and I heard it was really good.
It looked like a high budget show. Like it looked like a real show.
But it's moving to the CW, so that shit's not gonna happen anymore.
Well, shit.
It's gonna look like fucking garbage.
And be stupid and corny.
Be like cool, like teeny, like we're fucking good looking, like model teens, man. Like
we're also superheroes and we save the world every other day.
That CW universe needs to fucking end, all right?
It's so
fucking dumb.
If you haven't been a part of it, then you're so behind that it's no point in watching.
I mean, none of it matters. It's all fucking nonsense anyway.
Like I've thought about like wanting to watch it, but I'm like, there's so much. I don't even know.
I got like a season and a half into Arrow, and I was like, I can't.
Like there's 7 fucking seasons of the Arrow, just the Arrow.
I know.
There's almost as many seasons of the Arrow as the entire Marvel Netflix universe.
Yeah,
which is insane.
And then there's 5 seasons of Supergirl. There's fucking like 6 seasons of Flash. There's Legends of Tomorrow. What else? There's another fucking show that nobody's watching that's involved in that somewhere.
Isn't there Batgirl?
Batwoman, which speaking of, that's a perfect segue. Ruby Rose leaves Batwoman after 1 season.
Probably because she thought this is stupid. I don't know why I'm a part of it.
She hasn't given like an answer on why she's leaving. She's just like, oh, I'm leaving, blah, blah, blah. It's probably that though.
Probably in that, and she's like, nobody watches my show. So what's the point?
She's like, I want to be in like real movies and stuff. Because I'm like a real actress, even though I'm terrible.
Perfect 4.
Like Pitch Perfect 4.
She was in Pitch Perfect 3. I've seen Pitch Perfect.
I wouldn't doubt it. She was probably terrible in Pitch Perfect. Her best performance was in John Wick 2 because she didn't fucking say anything.
She was in John Wick 2?
Yeah, she was a deaf lady.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
But I mean, Batwoman, I saw the pilot. It's fucking bad. So I don't really give a shit.
Have you seen any Supergirl? Is Supergirl any good?
I've tried to watch these fucking shows, but like I'm not gonna watch these shows like in order. I'm just gonna like pick out episodes, and that's what I've been doing, and they're not good.
I forget the Flash is part of this, right? Or is it not?
Shows, all right. And I'm saying this as a DC fan. The Flash is part of this universe.
And
the Flash made his debut on Arrow.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got a lot of seasons too. Doesn't he have 4 or 5
He's
seasons?
got like 5, 6 seasons, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, stop.
What are you doing with Flash? They have 6 seasons.
I don't fucking know. They've already done like a Flashpoint-esque thing. They've done Infinite Crisis. They've done Elseworlds. Like, stop. It's just goofy. It's just goofy fan service stuff. Like, it's not a show.
They don't want to go all the way and put Batman in their universe. They have Superman.
Batman is in the universe.
Oh, is he? Like they actually put
the Batwoman, and I think they did actually like recently cast the Batman.
So this is just becoming the DC universe that the movies on.
Yes, but it's not good though.
It's so long.
It's so long, and it's like this universe has been going on since like what 2012, and you've had no Batman since then. You started this universe with fucking Green Arrow.
Like for me, when I like sit down and I'm like, I want to like maybe watch some of this universe. It's just so intimidating to think that there's like 300 hours of like show.
Yeah, there is.
It's probably more than that, honestly. that I need to watch.
It's the same reason why I don't want to start Star Trek. It's just there's like 18 shows and each show has like 5 seasons, and I'm like, I'm not gonna watch all this.
Like in comparison, like the Marvel Cinematic Universe has like what 100 hours or something in total. But when you break it down, it's only like 20 something movies. And you're like, oh,
but those are movies.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that's not too bad.
And most of those movies are standalone, and you can just pop one in and watch it. But these shows, you have to watch every other show to understand what the fuck is going on.
Right, because characters bounce in and out of these shows with each other and stuff like that. Plus, can you watch like Arrow all in order and know what's going on? Or do you like to stop and go watch another show and then come back?
No, I mean, you have to watch you got to watch like the first 3 seasons of Arrow. And then once Flash is introduced, you got to go watch the Flash thing. And then there's crossover episodes. There's like I think Crisis on Infinite Earths took place across the 3 shows, like Arrow, Flash, Supergirl. So you have to watch those 3 fucking shows. Like you can't just sit down and just watch all 7 seasons of Arrow. You got to fucking flip-flop back and forth.
I think that's one of their biggest concerns is not getting any new fans for these shows. You're getting just people that have been around.
They're not going to.
Yeah. Whereas the Marvel movies, you can get new fans, just you got to hope that your movies stand alone and they're good.
Yeah, and even with like the Netflix stuff, there wasn't much crossover with those. I mean, there were some.
Plus, they all the shows aren't super long. I mean, if they would have kept going, maybe they would have been super long. But
yeah, there's 3 seasons max for Jessica Jones and Daredevil.
Yeah, and then Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Punisher only have 2.
Yeah. So. And you could binge watch all of the like 1 season in a full day if you wanted to. Arrow, you try to binge watch season 1. That'll take you like 4 weeks. All right.
Yeah, understandable. Maybe I'll just go on YouTube and look up highlights.
I mean, yeah, that's what most people do anyway.
That's what I would do. In the CW universe, end it. Stop fucking making DC shows because put your effort into the DC cinematic universe.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. What was the last good DC show? I don't think there was one. Like a live action show.
Good live action DC show. I don't know.
Everyone's gonna say Smallville, but Smallville. People don't fucking seem to remember. Smallville was fucking terrible. Smallville sucked. Everyone was like, "Oh, Smallville sucked." There was like one season that was good. What?
People like Gotham also.
They did, but fuck, Gotham was bad.
If we're talking non-live action, Teen Titans is freaking amazing.
Well, yeah, non-live action. The cartoons are fucking knocking it out of the park. Young Justice is fucking dope. Batman the animated. Most Batman cartoons are fucking cool.
Justice League show.
The Justice League show, like most DC animated stuff is good. It's when they try to do live action is when it fucking sucks. Stop making live action DC shows, all right?
Just let Marvel do that because Marvel has terrible animated shows. So DC can keep the animated and Marvel can do live action.
It's totally reversed. DC's great at animation and Marvel's good at live action.
I was hoping, they could both be good at everything, but apparently not. Actually, I don't care about Marvel animated stuff, to be honest, because I have the cinematic stuff, so I can just watch that if I want to watch.
Well, I mean, they also don't put out a lot of animated stuff.
No, I mean the best like Marvel animated show is probably the Spider-Man show. I think
Spectacular Spider-Man,
and the '90s Spider-Man show is great. Also,
fucking A. Spider-Man Unlimited is my jam. All right,
Spider-Man Unlimited is great too.
Spider-Man Unlimited is so fucking cool.
But is there any other Marvel shows that are good that aren't Spider-Man? That's the thing. X-Men was good.
I mean, X-Men. Yeah, I'd say X-Men was fine.
But we're talking about '90s stuff now for like nothing recent.
No.
Which I don't even know what they have. If they have anything that's recent, they were gonna make that Ghost Rider animated.
They've had like Spider-Man shows, and like the Earth's Mightiest Heroes or some shit.
Earth's Mightiest Heroes actually wasn't bad.
I get that show and the other Avengers show confused.
The other Avengers show is terrible.
What's that one called?
It's Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and then I don't remember what the other one.
Just Avengers Assemble or some shit.
I don't know. Oh yeah, no, I think it's called Avengers Assemble. I think you're right.
I always forget which one's the good one.
And Earth's Mightiest Heroes is way better. The shorter one, the one that's only 2 seasons. Because like, have you seen the clips of them fighting Thanos in the new show, the newer one? I haven't. No. The bad one. It's so bad. Like, there's some cool like action scenes, but they just beat Thanos with a robot. Tony Stark makes the robot that beats Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet.
Man, is it Ultron?
It does turn out to be Ultron.
Fucking A, man.
But it wasn't intended to be Ultron. Like, it was some other robot, and then it just turns into Ultron. And Ultron flies away with the Infinity Gauntlet, and you're just like, I don't know what happens next.
That's fucking dumb. He can't use the Infinity Gauntlet. He's not like, he doesn't have like fingers.
Can he not? Can robots not use the Infinity Gauntlet?
I mean, I don't fucking know. That's the whole thing about like, oh, Vision lifted the fucking hammer because he's not a real person.
I don't consider that counting because he's not a real person.
He is a real person. He was made of fucking flesh and shit. That was exactly what Ultron was trying to do. Right? No, he was made out of that synthetic shit that they made Hawkeye out of, all right?
And laced with vibranium. But he still is like flesh. He's not flesh.
He doesn't have flesh, Devin.
He doesn't have blood flowing through him.
He doesn't have blood, but he's flesh. He's a flesh bot. He's like a fleshlight.
He's Wanda's. No, God.
Oh, I mean, he is. He's a walking, talking fleshlight, all right?
But no, I don't. I'm with Tony Stark on that one. No, it doesn't count.
It does. Fuck you.
You put the thing in an elevator, it still goes up.
No, but that was the whole reason why they were like, oh shit, we can trust this guy because he was worthy, because he could lift the fucking hammer. If he was just some fucking robot, they'd be like, all right, cool, he lifted the hammer. He could fucking like I-beam us to death right now.
You don't think Ultron could have picked it up if he tried?
No, because he's not worthy.
But he's a robot. He's not alive.
Doesn't matter. Why does that matter? He is alive. He's got AI. AI has to be something.
He's not alive. He's not living.
It's AI. He is living. He's a sentient thing that can think for himself. That's living. That constitutes some kind of soul, Devin. Even if it's artificial, it's still a fucking soul.
I'm still going with it. Doesn't count.
No, ask the Russo brothers about it on Twitter, and they'll agree with me.
The Russo brothers don't care. They're like, who the heck are you?
Ask fucking Joss Whedon.
Ask Joss Whedon. He's gonna be like, don't ever associate me with Marvel ever again.
He'd be like, I'm a fucking DC guy now, bro.
even though
everyone is ripping me apart online right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even though the one movie that I made, they're remaking.
Yeah, basically.
Because it was so cringy and bad.
Speaking of DC movies, WB, and this is a rumor though, so don't take it to heart, but WB is planning on doing a Justice Society of America movie if Black Adam does well.
Ooh. Who's in the Justice Society of America? I don't know.
Justice Society of America, I think, was before the Justice League. And so you have like Stargirl, you have like the first Green Lantern. I think Hawkman is in the Justice Society, and like Wonder Woman. So it's like not Batman, not Superman, not like the Flash or anything. Well, I think actually Jay Garrick Flash was in the Justice Society of America. So like it's like all the original guys, like the first generation heroes.
And you said this is going to be a movie or a show?
It's a movie.
I mean,
it's just a rumor, and also it's not happening because Black Adam isn't happening.
Black Adam is happening. I think it is actually happening.
It's not.
I mean, you never know. With Rona now, it may not be happening, but
it's not.
The Rock has been slated to do it, and
The Rock has been cast as this fucking character since 2015.
He always keeps his word. He's gonna do it.
No, I don't fucking believe that.
He's gonna do
Until I see a photo of him in the goddamn suit, I don't believe this shit.
There are photos of him being photoshopped.
Photoshopped? I'm talking like a real rock suit, all right?
A rock, like the thing, like a rock suit.
Put him in a rock suit.
I do believe it's happening. I don't know if this Justice Society of America thing's happening, but
I mean that could be neat. That's not something you want to jump into though. Like I know they jumped into the Justice League, but the Justice Society of America has a lot of like Justice League at least has Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman. Like it has iconic characters that like mainstream audiences know.
Like, I'm going in there to see Hawkman. Like
nobody fucking gives a shit about Hawkman. All right.
I'm gonna assume that like 90% of people don't even know who Hawkman is.
No, go out on the street right now and ask some kid, "Hey kid, you like Hawkman?" He'd be like, "Who the fuck are you?
What are you speaking to me?
You got any candy? All right, I want some fucking candy."
I mean, his name says it all, though. He's a
Hawkman.
He's a Hawkman. He flies. He's like Angel in the X-Men.
Sort of. He's a lot cooler than Angel, though. He's got a big. What are those things called? The things that are like the balls on the stick with the spikes coming out of them.
I don't know. Like the thing that he like waves around.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're called. Mace? No, it's not a mace.
No, I think is it a mace?
I don't know.
I think it's a mace. That shit's cool.
It is cool, but I forgot he had that. So,
and I would honestly prefer Hawk Girl because she's much cooler and much more interesting.
Maybe they'll put both in there. You never know.
I don't know. Fuck women. All right.
Put Martian Manhunter in it.
Put him in the goddamn Justice League.
And make it that one dude. Like
make it fucking Harry Lennox because he's already Justice League. He's already Man of Steel anyway.
Yeah, and Zack Snyder confirmed that he is freaking.
He is, yeah.
Martian Manhunter anyway.
And speaking of which, well, this has nothing to do with anything. But WB says they're ditching the Supergirl movie to refocus on Superman.
Good.
Which is
bring back Henry Cavill. Bring back Henry Cavill.
Yeah, that'd be great. I would love that.
Don't recast him, otherwise I will boycott.
I don't think they're really like trying to recast anybody right now. I think they're trying to keep everyone as much as possible.
They recast Ben Affleck.
Technically, that's a different universe, all right? Ben Affleck could still come back and just be Batman and Justice League movies.
If that happened like tomorrow, I think you would die from shock.
Me?
Yeah.
Fucking A, man. That'd be like, the best goddamn thing in the world.
If there's an announcement that like Ben Affleck signed like a 3-movie deal to be Batman.
Fuck all this Marvel shit, all right? That's the only thing that matters from here on out.
You need to start another movement. Bring back Batfleck.
Bring back Bat. I started fucking Bring Back Batfleck on Twitter like 3-4 years ago, and since then, everyone's jumped on that fucking hashtag. So I created a legit hashtag on Twitter.
I was listening to some podcast the other day, and they were like, "I can't believe that they finally got rid of Ben Affleck as Batman. He was terrible." And I'm just like, "What?
No, y'all suck." All right.
What are you talking
because the whole thing, and I know we're talking about Superman and the news is about Superman, but fuck Superman. We're talking about Batman. The whole thing that everyone seemed to misunderstand about fucking Batman versus Superman is that the entire point, Batman's entire fucking character arc in Batman vs Superman was the fact that he's not Batman anymore. He's he's been Batman so long that he's fucking lost his way and he's off his goddamn rocker. That's the fucking point. That's his entire fucking character arc. You dumb bitches. He's not Christian Bale Batman.
I can't wait for them to get rid of all the quips in Justice League with Batman in it.
Speaking of which, fuck the Superman news. Let's jump right into the only bit of news that matters at all this week. Fucking everybody, I want so many goddamn apologies, and I want so many. Hashtag Wade's right. That's not a joke.
That's a hashtag that's going to happen.
Even though I'm like wrong about most stuff, this right now, me being right about this, nothing else matters. All right, I can be wrong for the next 10 years. I was on point with this shit. The Zack Snyder cut is happening.
It doesn't mean that's going to be better than what we got already.
I don't give a shit. It's happening, and we're gonna get to see it. All 214 minutes of it.
I know you're super pumped because you want to finish your trilogy.
The Zack Snyder Justice League trilogy, all right? Fucking A.
Is it going to end, though, like on a cliffhanger since it's supposed to be a 2-parter?
I think this one, they've since come out and said that like this is like it's its own thing.
Is it? So it actually will have like a legit ending?
But if it does well, they might be like, we could like continue it, whatever.
Without Batfleck, possibly.
Bring back Batfleck, all right? Toss $20 million his way. He'll be like, all right, I'll get jacked again.
I don't know if he wants that pressure again, though. That's what he hated the most about being Batman was the pressure.
I don't know if it was the pressure or if it was like his fucking wife like screaming in his ear all the time and like him being a drunk. Like I think it was a mix of stuff. He's not a drunk anymore and he doesn't have his wife around anymore.
But he probably associates Batman with bad things now.
I mean, yeah, probably.
So,
I mean, he seems really cool about like the Snyder Cut. Like he was one of like the first people who were like, "Fuck yeah, Snyder Cut!" Like hell yeah, it's coming.
Because he probably also hates what Josh Whedon did to his Batman.
Oh, probably, yeah. He was like, "Bro, I was an awesome Batman. All right, fuck you for ruining it.
You ruined me.
Ruined me."
Technically, he's been in 3 movies as Batman.
He has, yeah.
Technically,
he has. He's going to be in 4 now.
People think he's only been in 2, but he's been in 3.
Everybody's seen Suicide Squad, right?
But like, does this count as a 4th? Because technically, it's the same movie.
Zack Snyder has said this is going to be a completely different movie.
I understand that, but it's also the same movie.
It's not. Fuck you. Once this comes out, nobody's gonna acknowledge that fucking bullshit Justice League movie that we got.
I am so surprised that Warner Brothers actually was like, yeah, we messed up. We're gonna re-release.
Exactly. Yes, because I never thought I thought them actually putting it out would be like, yeah, we fucked up. Like, sorry. And I don't think they had enough balls to like actually do that, but apparently they do. I don't know. This could just be a money thing. They could see that like Birds of Prey didn't make any fucking money, and like Shazam didn't make any fucking money, and they're like, "Fuck, we need something." So let's just pump out the fucking Snyder Cut and see if that makes any fucking money.
I don't know. Now
it's also going to launch with HBO Max, and that's another selling point for HBO Max because everybody's going to get that shit now.
Yeah. I would just need Star Wars to do that. But
we do. Yeah.
Talking about the Snyder Cut. What are you expecting from this cut? Anything in particular?
I'm expecting a fun time.
A fun time.
Yeah. I mean, in all honesty, like fanboying aside,
I'm expecting darker tone for sure.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Less quips. Way less quips.
There's going to be some quips in there. There were quips in Batman vs Superman.
I'm expecting
everybody seems to fucking ignore.
I'm expecting a darker Superman because I think that's what we were supposed to be getting.
I think he was supposed to like get brainwashed by Darkseid or some shit.
Right. And I'm expecting Darkseid. Those are like my top.
Darkseid's in it. That's confirmed.
I don't know how much, but I know he's in it
because they have an actor that was cast.
Also, is freaking Green Lantern going to be in this because he was teased in the trailer?
Yes, and the Atom is also going to be in it.
All that
shit got cut.
So this is going to be like a legit like team up superhero. I mean, not that the original Justice League wasn't a legit.
It wasn't.
One. Are we getting more like backstory for Cyborg and stuff too, or
probably because I think Justice League was honestly supposed to be more of a Cyborg movie than anything. Like I think that was like Cyborg was supposed to be like the core of Justice League, and then they cut all the shit out. So we're probably gonna get a fuck ton of Cyborg shit.
It just seems like a lot that they're cramming in these.
It's 4 hours.
I know, but it just seems like a lot.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. So is this, since it is 4 hours, is this supposed to be the part 1 and part 2? I guess because I know
this is just gonna be part 1.
It's just part 1.
Yes, because I've been saying this since fucking day one, and nobody's believed me. But I was totally right when I fucking said it. He shot both Batman vs Superman, and he left in 2017 when that movie was supposed to come out. So there's no way he was still shooting shit for Justice League. So he filmed all of his movie. The only thing that he didn't like 100% finish was the visual effects, and that's what they're giving him money now. They're giving him, I think, like $20 million now, which is fucking nuts to like finish his effects and like make his movie like perfect. So like we're gonna see like his vision like all the way through.
Gotta hand it to Zack. He made his movement happen, I guess.
I mean, I don't know if it was him.
Well, I feel happy that he can actually put out what he wants to put out. So,
which is everyone. Whenever I say like "fuck yeah, Snyder Cut," everyone's like, "Oh, but what if it's bad?" I don't give a fuck if this movie is the worst piece of shit on the planet. I think if you hire someone to make a movie, their movie like should be allowed to be seen by everybody. You shouldn't fuck with it. You shouldn't like fiddle with it, whatever. You hire them to make a movie. They make the movie. They deserve to get it put out there. So I'm all for the Snyder Cut, even if it sucks, which it totally could.
You know what? I forgot another thing that I'm expecting from this movie. No bad lip. That's what I'm expecting.
Oh, fucking amen. And Black Suit Superman.
Black Suit Superman. Are we going to get a mullet? I don't know.
No.
But it was teased.
That's 290s.
But that's what happens when Superman resurrects himself in the comics. He has a mullet, and he's
I know, but that also came out in the fucking 90s.
I want to see Henry Cavill with a mullet. I think that would be incredible.
Great.
It'd be incredible.
But no, I think he's gonna be clean shaven. I think he's just gonna look like Superman, but just with a black suit.
Can we have a bearded Superman?
No, we couldn't have a mustache Superman. Apparently, so fucking beards are no show.
That was after Mission Impossible. We're talking about before Mission Impossible.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Definitely won't be getting no bad lip.
How do you feel though about? Because a lot of people have been talking about how like the fans basically made this happen. How do you feel about how this is like a thing now that you can just like scream about something long enough and something gets made? Because the same thing happened with Sonic when everyone bitched about how Sonic looked and they're like, all right, we fixed it.
I think that movies should start asking more questions to fans before they make their movies so they don't have to go back and redo them.
Really?
I think you know how awesome that'd be if not like giving away plot points or anything, because you want to be able to go into a movie and like it or whatever. But like imagine if they put the design for Sonic out, like a picture of it before they shot like a lot of the stuff. People would have been like, this is terrible. Redo it. And they wouldn't have had to spend millions of dollars reshooting or redoing all their effects for all their movies. I don't know. Maybe not asking like what should happen in this movie or blah. But like, imagine if when Justice League was coming out, they were like, do you want us to redo it completely with Joss Whedon, or do you want us to wait until Zack Snyder can come back and finish it? Like, what do you think people would have said? I don't know.
I think at the time people would have said Joss Whedon because everyone was like, fuck this universe.
They may have. I don't know. I don't know also if the fans made this happen or if it's more of, like you said, a money thing.
I think it's a bit of both. I think without this whole Snyder Cut thing, this wouldn't have even been like a thing anyway.
Honestly, if this coronavirus didn't happen, I don't know if this would be coming out right now.
Probably not. Maybe Zack Snyder created the coronavirus.
Because when I think of it, I'm like, okay, they can't shoot any new stuff for new movies. So they're like, we're sitting on this. Might as well just, it's already been shot. Might as well just put it out.
And I mean, I see what you're saying about like the asking questions to fans and stuff like that. I think that kind of takes the fun away from movies. Because like, imagine if they did that with The Last Jedi. They're like, hey, do you want to see Luke as like some old hermit bitch? Or do you want to see him as like a superhero, like doing shit?
That's too much though. Don't ask that kind of question.
Because I don't like The Last Jedi, but that's not my movie. Like, I don't have any right to say that like, oh, Rian Johnson fucked up. That's my opinion. He made whatever movie he wanted to make. I think the movies should be made by somebody who have a vision. And if you don't like that vision, that's fine. But that's not my place to say that you did it right or wrong. It's like when Zack Snyder had Batman kill people. He didn't fuck up Batman. He was doing his own version of Batman. And he's totally justified in doing that.
I think you ask too specific of a question there, though. I think you need to go way more broad with it. Like almost like I said, do you want Joss Whedon to change his movie? Do you want this character to look like this? Not, and also you can,
but again, but that's kind of the same thing though, because if in this movie, if I want Sonic to look like a fucking mutant, that's my vision. I want him to look like a fucking mutant.
Yeah, but then if you ask that and everybody's like, this is terrible, this looks terrifying, I don't want to see this, you're gonna be like, maybe I shouldn't do that. But you can also compare in 2017 because they didn't know what they were going to do for that third Wolverine movie, and then he just kind of put a poll out and was like, we all want Old Man Logan, which they ended up doing.
Well, yeah, but Logan is not Old Man Logan though.
It's not, but it's as close as you can get without all the characters.
Yeah, but imagine if they were like, we want Old Man Logan like beat for beat on screen. then essentially fans would be making the movie. And I don't think fans should be making movies. I think fans should be handing off the movie to filmmakers, and then we just go and see the movies. And if we hate them, then we hate them, and if not, then we love them. But
I don't think it's going to change. I think you're right. I think it'll stay the same way.
I hope it does, because I don't want people screaming about fucking like, oh man, Iron Man's dead, I want Iron Man back, and then because of that, everyone brings Iron Man back. I don't want that shit.
I see what you're getting at, and I agree with a lot of your points, but I also think Sonic was a bad idea. So
it was. I'm not saying he looked fucking terrible, but imagine if you made something, if you made a movie, and you like if you were making like Pac-Man the movie or whatever, right? And in your movie, Pac-Man didn't fucking look like Pac-Man. But to you, this was your movie and this was your vision. And then all of a sudden people are like, fucking change it. You're going to be like, well, like, what the fuck? Like, this is my movie.
If it was supposed to be based off Pac-Man, I'd be like, yes, it doesn't look like Pac-Man.
But it's your vision though.
I don't know. Maybe don't make your vision about Pac-Man that doesn't look like Pac-Man. Make a different movie and call it something else.
Well, I mean, like that's like the Super Mario Brothers movie, where it's like it's not really a Super Mario Brothers movie, but somebody had this weird like Mad Max vision for Super Mario Brothers. Doesn't mean they're wrong. It doesn't mean they fucked up. It just means they had a weird vision for this movie.
And that movie also has like a cult following, but
it does.
I don't know. If you're going to try to appease fans enough to where you're going to redo the entire movie effects for a movie or re-release an entire movie, maybe you should have asked a little more questions before you made the movie. Because if the studio wants to please people that much that they're going to re-release it, then what was the fucking point in doing it knowing that it's going to be bad? Like, somebody sat down and watched somebody make that Sonic character and was like, this is going to be good.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's why they fucking made it.
Yeah,
because also people also need to understand like what an adaptation is of something. Because that's like if Zack Snyder was like, all right, we're making Batman vs Superman. I'm just basically just gonna shot for shot make Dark Knight Returns on the big screen. He's not making something then. He's just copying something else. So I can totally understand somebody like, I'm gonna make a Sonic movie. I'm gonna recreate Sonic in this new vision because it's an adaptation of Sonic. It's a version of Sonic. Otherwise, you're just taking what Sonic already looks like, something that somebody else already designed, and just slapping it on the big screen.
Well, what he made was horrifying.
It was. I'm not justifying that Sonic. I'm just saying it was that person's vision, whoever directed that movie or whoever created that Sonic.
I also think Sonic is a special case. Because Sonic has not changed what he looks like in like years. He's looked the same.
For the most part, yeah.
He's looked the same for a good portion of like half a century. Good 50 years.
Yeah, but does that mean that he shouldn't ever change?
I'm not saying that. But you're appeasing to a fan base that has known this for the past 50 years. I wouldn't change it. If it was me. If it was me making this movie, and I'm doing this movie about a character that has not looked any different for past 40, 50 years, I'm not going to change it. Now, if you're doing something that like is not as big as Sonic, like Sonic's a relatively big character. If you're doing like The Witcher, like you could change stuff about The Witcher and people aren't going to be like in uproar about it because it's not a big character. And also he goes through changes in the video games anyways. He doesn't look at the exact same in all the games and throughout even the same game. So I don't know. I think there's characters you can change and there's some characters that you should just leave alone. Because they're associated.
I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying.
They're associated with the way they look in general. So
yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I just think that like, if I'm gonna like, this is my like, if I make a Batman movie and I want Batman to be in like bright teal fucking colors and like a pink helmet, that's my Batman. Like, fuck you.
You're gonna be in uproar though because it's not.
It will be, but what I'm asking is like, are the fans then justified for saying, "Hey, fuck you, change this"?
The fans can say whatever they want,
but do you think they should get what they want at that point?
No, not all the time.
Like if I came out with that Batman was like, "This is my Batman," and fans were like, "No, fuck you, change it." Do you think that I should change it?
No. You shouldn't have to change anything.
That's what everyone's talking about. Is that like, is this going to like in the future? Are fans going to be like in charge of movies? Like if a Crash Bandicoot movie comes out and Crash Bandicoot looks fucked up, are people going to scream and yell about it until Crash Bandicoot looks right? This
all comes down to not even the fans or the filmmakers. This comes down to money and the studios, because nothing's going to happen if these studios don't want to put more money into something.
It does.
So if you've already put $500 million into the next Avengers movie and people don't like it, you're probably not going to put any more money into it.
But I also think people underestimate like fandoms though. Like that whole Sonic situation, everyone was like, "Oh, he like the redesign totally made the movie better." I haven't seen the movie, but I honestly don't think it made the movie any better or worse. And people would have seen it regardless because it's the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
I've read up on what they changed. They literally did not shoot any new
the movie wasn't different. It was just the design.
They just cut out the design of Sonic and put in the new
one. And if you like the movie as a whole, you would have still liked it whether or not he looked the way he did.
Even though he looked like a demon.
Even though he doesn't look like Sonic from the video games, you still would have liked the movie. But that kind of shows that like people don't really give a shit if the movie's good. They just want to see their character on screen, how he looks, how he does, whatever. And that's interesting to think about, that we live in a world now where it's like, oh, as long as Batman looks cool, that's fine. The movie can suck.
Well, let me ask you this. Considering how much you dislike the sequel trilogy, if they came out and said they're going to remake it because people didn't like it, how would you feel about that?
No, I mean, I've said that a lot on this podcast where I'm just like, remake these fucking things. That's the fanboy in me. I don't think they should remake these movies because, for one, there is a fan base for these new movies. People do like these new movies, and I have no right to take those movies away from anybody else.
You're not taking them away. They'll still be out there.
But I have no right to say that like, hey, what the things you like, those are dumb and those are wrong. Because that's not what like movies are about. Movies are about individual experiences, about people watching movies, and every person getting something different out of what they're watching, and in whether it's just fun enjoyment or whether it's something deeper. I have no right to like force Disney to remake these fucking movies just to make me happy. They made the movies they wanted to make. I don't like them. I just have to deal with that.
I don't think fans will ever get like 100% control over a movie though. Maybe like one movie in the future, they're gonna be like, just let the fans do whatever the fuck they want. Maybe.
I mean, I don't think fans should have any control over movies though, because that kind of, because like with the Dark Knight trilogy, Christopher Nolan took Batman and was like, I'm gonna do my own thing. This is my universe. I'm just gonna do whatever, and I'm gonna let the audience, enjoy Batman for the first time, essentially. Because if fans made that fucking movie, it would basically just be like, oh, I have to include this thing from this comic, and I have to like do this, but it would just be a bunch of fucking fan service.
True.
Instead of a filmmaker wanting to make a movie that's new and interesting.
We've seen when a group of people interfere with a movie, aka studios, with Fantastic Four.
With a ton of movies. Fantastic, Age of Ultron to a certain extent, Justice League.
I was going to say, the main one I can think of,
Fantastic Four specifically, yeah.
Heavily, because Josh Trank made that movie, right?
Yeah.
He's come out and said that that's not his movie. Like, that's nothing like how he wanted that movie to be. That was all studio interference, and they wanted to try to make this as much money as possible, which ultimately ruined their movie. But
and he's completely justified in wanting like his version of the movie to come out, because you hired him to make the movie. You knew what movie he was going to make. It's not like he pitched a different idea and then showed up on set and you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, they knew what he was going to make.
And another one I can think of is Solo, because they hired those two guys.
Yeah, definitely.
22 and 21 Jump Street or whatever.
Yeah, Phil Lord and Chris Miller.
Yeah, and they were like, why are you making this such a comedy? It's like, what the fuck did you think they were going to make it?
Yeah, we're comedic directors. You hired us to make a comedy. You knew what the fuck we were going to make.
So, I don't know. I mean, Solo was completely reshot, I'm assuming. So it doesn't really, we'll never see.
I don't know if it was 100%, but at least 60% of it was.
A good portion of it was
a good portion of it was, yeah.
So I doubt we'll ever see whatever they were making, because I don't even think they fit.
No, probably not.
But that's what happens when you have multiple people interfere.
Yeah, you have too many cooks in the kitchen.
Too many cooks in the kitchen, which is a lot of people say studios ruin movies, which they do sometimes.
I don't know. I mean, sometimes like with Star Wars, people seem to forget that like A New Hope was fucking like terrible before the studio came in and was like, all right, we need to like fix this shit.
There was some bad dialogue.
There was some really bad dialogue. There were some really odd scenes and some really like strange shit. Yeah. And the studio came in and was like, we need to hire like the best editor to edit this fucking thing and make it good. And because of that, we have Star Wars. And without that, we wouldn't have fucking Star Wars. So, I mean, studios like every now and then like contribute some good. But I think
when they try to make movies different as they're being filmed is when they get in the way of
yeah, definitely.
Star Wars was basically done and they were like, okay, we need to fix this.
Yeah, it was fixed in post. I think, yeah, I agree with what you're saying. When they try to change a movie, like
halfway through,
like the entirety of a movie, like let's take this dark fucking superhero movie that Zack Snyder made and let's just insert jokes and shit in it that don't fit anywhere. Like that's fuck, and they shouldn't do that. No. But if they just need to like tighten up some editing or like, you know, whatever, that's fine.
But I don't know. I could see it going either way with. I don't think fans will ever truly like decide movies. I'm surprised they've done as much as they've done in the past couple of years, to be honest. Because I was one of those people. I was like, they'll never release the Snyder Cut.
I know everyone was saying that like it doesn't exist. We're never gonna see it.
It didn't exist. I thought it existed, but I always thought Warner Brothers would never release it because they would have to admit that they messed up on the first one.
Well, I mean, I knew that because again. I've brought this up on the podcast before and everyone just seems to ignore it. I thought we were going to see it at some point. I didn't think we would see it this fucking soon. This shocked the shit out of me. I pooped when I fucking saw this. I thought we were going to see it like 10 years from now. I
was going to say, I could see it 10, 20 years from now when people are like, don't care about the DC universe.
Because that's what they did with the Richard Donner cut of Superman 2. Like 20 years after that movie came out, they were like, all right, we'll let you like, you know, make your movie, we'll let you put your, you know, version out. His version obviously wasn't finished because he couldn't reshoot stuff because Christopher Reeve was dead. But they've done that before. So I was like, what's stopping them from doing that again? And they did it.
And kind of the same thing with Sonic. I was surprised when they said they were going to redo Sonic's design because
everyone was.
I remember a lot of people wanting to go see it because it looked so bad. So yeah. Because I remember seeing somebody was talking about it, and they're like, "This looks like a modern day good bad movie."
And it probably would have if he still had that design. But again, that just shows you that like people don't give a shit about movies, because everyone's saying that like, oh, now it's like an actual like fun movie because Sonic looks like Sonic, but it would have been the exact same fucking movie.
How much does the director though have for the design of Sonic? How much control does he actually have?
I mean, he's the one who like okays it and like
he's just more of the effects team though. I feel like that.
Yeah, I mean the whoever designed it and whoever, you know, the effects people who create Sonic in that, you know, live action setting. But I mean the director is still like involved in that. He's still like okays the design and is like, all right, this is cool.
I don't know. Same thing with like superhero movies. Like the directors don't really design the costumes. It's more of somebody else.
No, but they still have some kind of like say in it. There's still some kind of creative like, oh, yeah, that works. That's cool. We could do that. It's not just like, here's this fucking thing. This is what it's going to look like.
I don't know. I couldn't imagine making a giant movie like Batman vs. Superman or Avengers, or I couldn't imagine making those kind of movies.
No, it would be a nightmare.
I would probably age 50 years trying to do that.
And do you think now that we are getting like the Snyder Cut, do you think that in the future studios might be a little bit more like lenient with filmmakers just like putting out what they want? Or do you think we're still going to have studios just be like, nope, can't have this shit come out?
I don't think it'll change because we've had stuff like this happen before where people are like,
we've never had anything like this.
Not like before. This situation, but we've always had people say, don't mess with filmmakers' movies.
Well, yeah, but this is the point where we're like starting to see that people are now like, they've been wanting it and they've been championing for it. And now we're actually getting to see his version that we never thought we would see.
because again, going back to like Fan Four Stick, people were so upset that Josh Trank didn't get to put out his movie and studio interfered. And you can say the same thing with his Amazing Spider-Man 2 also. Studio interfered with that, trying to make that more of a commercial for newer movies that are coming out then. So I don't know. Maybe this will let filmmakers start having more freedom, but at the end of the day, it's their money. It's the studio's money. So they're going to do whatever the hell they want.
Well, yeah, it's up to the studio.
If anybody needs to take a page out of this book is freaking Sony. They need to stop messing with all their movies.
Definitely.
Because if you look at their smaller budget movies, which they don't care much for, like Baby Driver, they're actually not bad. Some of their smaller movies. But when you jump them up to Spider-Man, Venom, and Jumanji, I'm sure they put the hell of a lot of influence into it.
And I mean, even Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse was fucking fantastic.
Because it was something they didn't care for that much.
Yeah, they probably didn't expect it to like do well. And they're just like, all right, whatever.
They're like, this movie's going to probably make a lot of money. So let's like interfere as much as possible into it. And then they're like, oh, this animated movie or this movie about some dude driving a car, it's not going to make a lot of money. So
and they blow up.
And they do. I don't know if Baby Driver made a lot of money, but it got critically acclaimed. So
yeah,
Spider-Verse did really well for an animated movie.
Yeah, and it won a fucking Oscar.
It did, and it deserved it.
Yeah. So. As someone who doesn't really like give a shit about DC or like Batman vs Superman, are you excited for the Snyder Cut?
Yes, 100%. Because I, for one, hate the original cut of Justice League.
I think everyone does.
I want to see. I don't know if it's going to be. I don't care if it's going to be good. I just want to see where Zack Snyder was going.
I mean, I want it to be good because I'm not just going to be like, oh, it's fucking Batman, Superman doing shit. Like, I hope it's good.
I'm not going to go into it being like it's going to be bad. I'm going to go.
There's a lot of people that are though.
I'm going to go into it completely open-minded, even though I didn't like BVS that much. I liked some of the elements that they established in BVS, which I think
this version of Justice League will like give more context to some stuff in Batman vs Superman that might make people like it a little bit more.
Because I was going to say that's one of my big things is that I thought we were never going to find out what Zack Snyder had like truly planned because he had like a universe planned out from.
Yeah. Well, he didn't have a universe. He had a story arc he wanted to tell over some. He didn't have this big epic like. And I'm gonna have like Superman and do all this shit.
I doubt Josh Whedon knew about this plan.
No, Josh Whedon didn't give a fuck.
So I just kind of want to know where Zack Snyder was headed after BVS because we never really got to see where he was going. Those are my like big things I'm excited for. If this movie's good, like if I go in and come out and I like it, props to it. But if it's bad, I'm not going to be upset that it's bad or that I didn't like it because I didn't like Batman vs. Superman, but I don't like shit on people that like Batman vs. Superman. So,
well, I mean, the unfortunate thing is that there's already people who are planning on shitting on this regardless.
There
are so many people who are already like, oh, it's going to be fucking terrible. And I'm like, how do you know that? It's not out.
I mean, it could be bad. It could be really good.
That's with any movie.
It could be mediocre.
Anything you watch ever could be bad. It could be good. You don't know until you fucking see it. There's not even a trailer for this. Like, how do you like know anything about this?
Technically, there are trailers for it because the first couple trailers of Justice League were Zack Snyder's trailers.
But there's not like because apparently I think Zack Snyder said he was working on like a new trailer for this.
I mean, he probably is.
So it's like it could be completely fucking different. We don't know.
Do you think the time on this is going to turn people off though? How long this movie is?
I think it'll turn off a lot of mainstream people. I think all the Snyder Cut people and all, movie fans, I don't think they give a fuck. But I think like, if my mom got HBO Max, she was like, oh, just like 4 hours. Fuck that.
Because I remember when Endgame was coming out and people were like, it's 3 hours. Like they were like, I don't know if I can sit in a theater.
Endgame was a little different though, because even people who were saying that, they were still like, fuck, I have to see like what happens with Iron Man and shit. Because it's a fucking Marvel and everybody loves Marvel. This is Justice League. And this is a part of a universe that isn't super well loved, even by like DC fans. So like, I don't know if like people honestly like give that much of a shit outside of like the two people who like Batman vs Superman and Man of Steel.
I like Man of Steel. Just saying.
I love Man of Steel.
I don't know. And I'm excited to hear more details because I know it's supposed to come out next year, right?
Next year, yeah.
I heard there was rumors that it was going to come out this year, but I was like, that's way too fucking soon.
Fuck that. No, I want it. But next year is perfect because he can take that money, he can put it where it needs to be, he can polish out all the effects. I don't want a rush job. All right.
I hope it's good. I hope I come out of that theater and I'm like, that's the Justice League I deserve.
If this is successful, would you want to see like the continuation of this like in the theater? Like, would you want to see his Justice League Part 2 and 3 like in the theater?
I can't say I can answer that right now. I gotta wait until after I see whatever he's got.
Well, I mean, like, would you just want like basically what I'm saying is like, if this is successful in any kind of way, even if it's bad, but it makes a lot of money, would you want to see like more DCEU stuff in the style of Zack Snyder, not this goofy shit that we've been getting the last couple of years?
I liked Zack Snyder's style. There was nothing wrong with the style or tone of Batman vs Superman. That's not the issues I have with that movie. It's not the issues I have with Man of Steel either. So if they want to continue going in his direction, I'm completely fine with that. I don't like the new goofy shit though. I don't want that.
I feel like a lot of people will be like disappointed that we don't have the new goofy shit anymore.
I don't care for Aquaman. Shazam is good, but that's what I imagine Shazam should have been. So
yeah, Shazam is the exact movie that it should have been.
Wonder Woman is kind of dark, but not really.
Boring.
And it's just boring. Suicide Squad is just a mess.
Suicide Squad, and there's a lot of people petitioning now that the Snyder Cut happened. Everyone's like, "Oh, release the David Ayer cut," and WB put out a thing where they're just like, "One thing at a time, guys." Like, fuck you. We just announced this thing. Like, fuck you.
I don't think any cut's gonna fix Suicide Squad, to be honest.
I don't know. Go back and watch the very first trailer for Suicide Squad. It looks like a completely different movie.
Birds of Prey is awful.
Birds of Prey is just fucking terrible. I don't want to see any cut of Birds of Prey.
No, because I don't think there is another cut. I think that
probably isn't. That's the movie they wanted to make.
Yeah, that is 100%. Because honestly, like DC doesn't do well with their quips.
It's not even that. It's just, especially with Birds of Prey, they're trying to be like, all right, Deadpool did well. Why do people like Deadpool? Oh, because he says fuck and he's goofy and he does dumb shit. Let's just do that. But it's like, no, people like Deadpool because it's well written and it's funny. Not just because he says fuck and is raunchy and like, oh, whatever.
Has a joke the entire movie about an egg sandwich or whatever.
Exactly, because they just don't understand humor.
It's not going to be funny the 5th time.
It's the same thing with Girlbusters, where it's like when they made that movie, they were like, oh, Ghostbusters, that goofy, you know, it's a goofy movie. People like it because it's goofy. So let's just make a goofy fucking movie. And it's like, no, Ghostbusters is actually kind of fucking serious. Like it has some jokes here and there, but like towards the end, it gets fucking real. And like there's real shit happening. And like it's the end of the world.
You could say the same thing with Infinity War. It's got quips, but
exactly
when it comes down to the end, like it's the end. Like
exactly, yeah. And it's just people trying to replicate movies that they don't understand.
Because when I watch Justice League, I don't feel any tension at the end of that movie at all.
Well, I also think that's because everything looks fake and everything looks like a stage play.
Not even that. It's just like
everything looks like a green screen, and it's just like, all right.
Whenever I watch it, I'm like, no one in this is going to die. Because like when I watched the first Avengers movie, I'm like, Tony Stark could have died. He went into that wormhole. He could have freaking died. I could see it. But when I watch Justice League, I'm like, nobody's going to die. Especially when Superman shows up, I'm like, it's over. Superman's going to just win.
Yeah.
I don't know if Zack Snyder's going to be able to change that in his movie. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he'll have some.
He's going to make Superman the villain for most of it, probably.
Probably.
Which is the only thing you can really logically do in a Justice League movie, because Superman shows up, he's just going to do everybody's job, and it's like, all right, like, why are we here?
Exactly. I don't know, but I'm excited to see Zack Snyder's vision.
I'm so excited. I'm going to buy 2 copies of this when it comes out on Blu-ray, if it comes out on Blu-ray. I hope it does. Please put this out on Blu-ray.
What are you going to do if this doesn't get released on DVD at all? It's just
I'm going to
stream
so hard.
You just illegally get it?
I'm going to get it.
download it onto a disc or something.
I'm gonna get it somehow. Whether I do it myself or I meet some guy out in an alley who's just selling like bootleg Blu-rays and shit, I'm gonna get it.
He's got the trench coat. He's like, "What you want? You want hot?"
Because I ain't keeping this goddamn theatrical Justice League. All right, fuck that shit.
Are you gonna like burn that when you get the new one?
I mean, that sounds like an awesome video idea.
you film yourself finishing Zack Snyder's, and you're like,
and then I just immediately burn the fucking abomination that is Justice League.
Yep.
I mean, I might do that, honestly.
Do you think this movie will make more than the original cut?
The original cut didn't make any money, so yeah.
This isn't getting a theatrical release, though. That might hurt.
That's the thing, though. I don't know, and it is very weird that they're putting it out on a streaming service, because I would think that they would want to like make as much money from this as possible, and even with launching this like as an HBO Max like exclusive, that's not really like the best thing to like market this as for like mainstream people.
The only thing I can think of is no way in hell any theater is going to play a 4-hour movie. No. That's the only thing I can think of is why they wouldn't want to put it in theaters. Is because no way a theater wants to waste that much screen time for one movie. You can play 2 movies in that span.
Yeah.
So there's no way.
Well, I mean, WB even wouldn't want to. They'd be like, no, we're going to make less money by doing that anyway. Yeah. So this whole thing would be pointless.
Yeah. Unless you're going to charge double the ticket price.
Yeah. I mean, I think they'll put it out. They'll put it out on HBO Max, and then they might do physical releases. And if that does well, because I guarantee you, all of us fucking release the Snyder Cut fucks will buy this shit day. Even if this movie sucks, we'll buy this shit day one when it comes out on Blu-ray.
I won't, because I haven't bought a single DCU movie.
I mean, that's fair.
I own BVS just because you gave it to me.
Because I gave it to you. You fuck.
The only one I would buy is Man of Steel, but I just
Man of Steel's great. All right, I recently went back and rewatched Man of Steel. It's so good.
Out of all of them, though, that's the only one I would buy.
It's so good. Everybody just hates fun.
Everybody just hates fun. If anything, Man of Steel is not fun. It's dark fun, man.
It's not.
It's not even that dark. The only dark.
Oh yeah, these Dragon Ball Z fights. Oh man, this is so fucking dark.
The only dark part is when he snaps Zod's neck.
Spoiler. Oh man, that's so fucking dark.
But it makes sense for that Superman to do.
So he fucking murdered a guy. Oh man, Iron Man murders like 17 people in all of his movies.
Yeah, he literally shoots them.
Oh man, he literally says in Iron Man 3, "I'm gonna kill you."
Captain America shoots people.
Captain America probably murdered several people in the war.
He had a gun in the first.
He had a gun. There's a shot of him in the first Avenger of him just busting through a fucking door, pointing the gun at the camera, shooting people. And he's not even like looking at who he's shooting. He's just shooting. So he probably killed some babies and stuff.
The only character in Marvel I feel like probably hasn't killed anybody yet is Spider-Man. That's it.
Spider-Man's killed a couple people, bro.
He's killed some aliens. He instantly killed them.
I mean, that bus that we saw him, didn't he like stop a bus in Civil War?
Yeah.
There was nobody in that bus that he's just fucking like crushed their body into. Like,
I don't know. He's the only one I could see that maybe hasn't killed. Apparently, Matt Murdock hasn't killed anybody. I doubt that though.
Didn't he kill the ninja dude? Didn't he kill Nobu? Didn't he like throw him off a building?
I thought he caught fire.
That's season 1. He comes back in season 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know.
No, Stick kills him. Fuck, he cuts his head off.
I'm guaranteed Daredevil's killed somebody that he doesn't like. He didn't do it on purpose. Like he's like hit him so hard in the jugular that he killed him.
I mean, Ben Affleck Daredevil killed a guy.
It's Ben Affleck.
He killed 2 guys technically, if you count the theatrical cut.
Every Batman has killed people. I'm just saying.
I mean, except George Clooney.
Does he count? Technically, he is. Isn't he another Batman though? At the same time,
he's technically supposed to be Michael Keaton's Batman, but fuck that, because he's not.
So technically, he has.
But he's still a Batman though. Like even if he's the same Batman as another, he's still he's in the fucking bat suit.
Like, he indirectly killed somebody. I don't know.
No, he didn't.
Like he left his bat car somewhere and somebody hit it.
Even Adam West fucking killed somebody. All right.
Oh dang! Adam West had shark repellent. I'll never forget.
He fucking punched that shark square in the jaw.
I'll never forget that. He has shark repellent.
That movie's great. All right. I fucking love that movie.
It's been a long podcast episode. It's almost 2 hours.
And I'm gonna trim some of this down.
I was talking about Donald Trump and halfway through it.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut all that.
Now you can't. Out. Now you can't cut it out because I just spoke about it, and people are like, "What?
I'll cut this shit out." I can cut whatever the fuck I want out.
Is there anything else you want to mention before we wrap things up?
Not really. Snyder Cut's gonna be amazing.
I can't say it's gonna be amazing, but I'm excited. I'll say that.
Fuck you and your Marvel bullshit.
I'm not talking anything about Marvel. I'm just saying I don't know if it's going to be amazing.
You hate fun, and you hate Superman, and you hate America.
Superman's my favorite DC character.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Well, you should be all fucking about this then.
I love Superman. Superman's going to be evil in this movie, apparently, though.
Yeah, but like temporarily, he'll come back.
I love Superman. He's my.
Then he'll punch Darkseid in the balls.
Henry Cavill is my favorite part of the DCU.
I mean, Ben Affleck.
I like Ben Affleck, but
Ben Affleck is my favorite part.
Superman better than Batman.
You're a fuck.
Sorry, not sorry.